Have you ever walked into a room and felt your spirit sink? A space so devoid of light, it feels as though the very air has grown heavy, making your thoughts difficult, your emotions muted, your sense of possibility small. You might mistake it for just a bad day, a passing mood. But what if the room itself was the source? What if the very color surrounding you was quietly, persistently, draining the life force from your soul? Many believe that our homes are merely collections of objects and colors we find stylish or pleasing to the eye. They believe sophistication is found in the bold, the absolute, the stark. Yet, ancient wisdom teaches us a far more profound truth. Your home is not separate from you. It is a living, breathing extension of your own energy field. The colors you choose are not just decoration. They are a constant form of nourishment or a slow, acting poison. There is one color in particular, a color often mistaken for elegance and strength, that acts as a vacuum for the vital energies of life. It is a void, a total absorption of light that offers nothing in return. And in this journey together, we will not only identify this color, but we will explore the 7 precise and often hidden ways it may be draining the vibrancy from your world, suffocating your joy, and blocking the flow of abundance you rightfully deserve. We will walk this path not with fear, but with newfound awareness. For those of us on a path of conscious living, our environment is our sacred ground. It's where we heal, where we dream, where we become. If you are ready to transform your home from a place of unconscious habitation into a sanctuary of powerful intention, then I invite you to join this community. Subscribe to this channel, a place where we explore the profound connection between our outer world and our inner peace. If this mission resonates with you, you can also support it by sharing this video with those you feel might need this wisdom. Now, let us begin. And as a declaration of your commitment to this journey, find your way to the comments below and write these words: "My home is a vessel for light." Affirm this intention, and together, let's step into understanding. The first reason: it creates an energetic void. Let's begin by anchoring this in a feeling you already know. Have you ever been in a vast, open field at twilight? Just as the last rays of sun disappear, there is a stillness, a sense of peace. Now contrast that with the feeling of being in a cave, deep underground, where no light has ever touched. That is a different kind of quiet, isn't it? It is not peaceful, it is heavy, immense, and crushing. The first is an embrace of gentle darkness. The second is an encounter with a void. The color of absolute black in a living space functions much like that cave. A color is a frequency, a vibration of light reflected back to you. Every other color offers something to your senses. Blue offers tranquility. Green offers the frequency of life and growth. Yellow, the energy of the sun. Even in their darkest shades, they are still participating in the dance of light. But pure black is unique. Psychologically and energetically, it is full absorption. It takes light, it takes energy, and it reflects nothing back. When you cover your walls in it, you are surrounding yourself with an energetic vacuum. From a space of deep awareness, we understand that human beings, like plants, need light not just for physical survival, but for spiritual vitality. We are nourished by light. When we exist in a space that is designed to absorb all light, we begin to feel that absorption on a spiritual level. It can manifest as a persistent, low-grade fatigue you can't explain. It's the feeling of pouring your energy, your thoughts, your hopes into a room that simply soaks them up, leaving you feeling empty and unseen. You may find yourself becoming more withdrawn, less expressive, as if your own inner light is being swallowed by the shadows you have curated. Therefore, understand this. Your home should be a mirror that reflects your highest potential back to you, not a void that absorbs your essence. The second reason: it stagnates the flow of emotion. Think of a clear, flowing river. The water moves, sparkles, dances over rocks. It is alive, pure, and constantly renewing itself. Now, picture a pond where the water has no inlet or outlet. It becomes still, murky, and over time, life within it suffocates. This is the difference between flowing emotion and stagnant emotion. And the color we speak of is a dam in the river of your emotional body. Have you ever found yourself in a beautifully decorated, modern space, perhaps a sleek, all-black kitchen or living room, and felt an odd sense of pressure, a feeling like you couldn't quite be yourself? You feel you must be sophisticated, controlled, poised. There's no room for messy, vibrant, joyful expression. This is the color creating an emotional container that is too rigid, too unyielding. In Feng Shui traditions, black is linked to the water element, symbolizing depth and mystery. But an excess of this element, unbalanced by others, creates a deep, still, and cold body of water. It leads to introspection that can turn into isolation, contemplation that soars into melancholy. This color does not welcome the full spectrum of human feeling. Can you imagine a child's gleeful, spontaneous laughter echoing in a room of stark black? It feels almost inappropriate. Can you picture yourself weeping through a profound sorrow, seeking comfort and release within 4 black walls? The space offers no softness, no sanctuary. It asks you to contain your emotions, to repress them. Over time, living in such an environment trains your subconscious mind to do the same. You may find it harder to access your joy, more difficult to process your grief, and almost impossible to express anger in a healthy way. The emotions are still there, but they have nowhere to go. They become the murky, stagnant water within you. Thus, the energy of your space must be a gentle current, not a stagnant pool. It must allow all that you are to flow freely, cleansing and renewing your spirit with every emotional tide. The third reason, it suppresses the creative impulse. Creativity is the energy of life itself. It is chaotic, unpredictable, and explosive. It is born from connection, from the joyful collision of disparate ideas, from the sunlight of inspiration warming the fertile soil of the mind. Now, ask yourself, what grows in a place where there is no light? Think about the feeling of wanting to start something new. A project, a painting, a business idea. You sit down in your meticulously designed black office or study, a space intended to feel serious and focused. But instead of focus, you feel nothing, a blankness. The commanding presence of the room feels less like an aid to concentration and more like a stern authority figure, demanding a very specific, narrow kind of performance, stifling the playful what if that is the very heart of creation. Black can be associated with authority and power, but it is the power of finality, of judgment, not the power of genesis. The laws of nature itself reveal that life, and by extension, creativity, thrives in a dance of light and shadow, not in absolute darkness. A seed needs the dark earth to germinate, yes, but it pushes instinctively, powerfully, towards the light to grow. A space dominated by black denies this fundamental impulse. It is an environment of endings, not beginnings. It can foster critical thinking, perhaps, but it smothers the vulnerable, tender sprout of a new idea. You may find your thinking becoming more rigid, your solutions less imaginative, your willingness to take creative risks diminished. You are trying to plant a garden in a sealed chamber, wondering why nothing will bloom. Remember this powerful truth: the space you inhabit must be a source of nourishment for your creative seeds, offering the light of possibility, not the sterile darkness of conclusion. The fourth reason, it fosters a scarcity mindset. Abundance is more than just money or possessions. It is a feeling. It is the feeling of expansiveness, of openness, of enough. It is the sun on your face, the warmth of a fire, the vibrant colors of a harvest. It is life affirming itself all around you. Scarcity, conversely, is the feeling of constriction, of lack, of being closed off. It is the cold, the dark, the void. Now, place yourself in a home environment where the dominant visual information is the absorption of all light and color. Your senses are being subtly starved. Though it can be used in small amounts to create contrast, when used in excess, the color black can make a room feel smaller, more confining, and heavier. This physical sensation of the space closing in on you translates directly into a psychological and spiritual state. You are living inside a metaphor for not enough. Not enough light, not enough space, not enough energy. This constant, subliminal message begins to tune your entire being to the frequency of lack. You might notice this showing up in your life in subtle ways. You might start hesitating on investments, not out of wisdom, but out of fear. You might hold back from generosity, hoarding your resources. You may find your thoughts circling around what could go wrong, what you might lose, rather than what you could create or receive. This is not a failure of your character. It is a resonant effect of your environment. You have wrapped yourself in the color of the void, and so the universe, which is always responding to your broadcasted energy, begins to mirror that void back to you. The flow of opportunity, connection, and prosperity slows because the very walls around you are signaling that you are closed off from it. Therefore, you must consciously choose to live in a visual representation of abundance. Surround yourself with the colors of life, of light, of infinite possibility, and watch as your world expands to meet them. The fifth reason, it disconnects you from the natural world. Consider the forest floor. It is dark, rich, and brown, teeming with life. Consider the night sky. It is a deep dark blue or indigo, glittering with the light of distant stars. Consider a storm cloud. It is a heavy gray, pregnant with the promise of cleansing rain. Nature very rarely uses pure, absolute black, and when it does, in the form of charcoal after a fire or in volcanic obsidian, it represents a state of sterility, of ending, a place where life is not. When you bring large amounts of this sterile black into your home, you are creating an environment that is profoundly disconnected from the rhythms and colors of the natural world. Your primal self, the ancient part of you that understands the cycles of dawn and dusk, of winter and spring, finds no resonance here. The colors that signal safety, nourishment, and life, the greens of plants, the browns of earth, the blues of water and sky, are absent. You are, in essence, living in an artificial construct that denies your biological and spiritual heritage. This disconnect can manifest as a feeling of being ungrounded, restless, or anxious. You might feel a subtle but persistent sense of not belonging, not just in the room, but in your own skin. This is your deep, instinctual self searching for a connection to the living world and finding only a sterile void. You may find yourself craving time outdoors more desperately, yet feeling even more alienated from it. When you return to your stark interior, the lack of natural color cues confuses your nervous system, which has been calibrated over millennia to respond to the gentle, life-affirming palette of the earth. Overuse of black is a rejection of this palette, and in turn, a subtle rejection of your own place within the web of life. Your home must be a bridge to the natural world, not an island of isolation from it. It must reflect the living, breathing colors of the earth to nourish the living, breathing essence within you. The sixth reason, it creates a subconscious association with mourning. Across many cultures and for centuries, black has been the color of grief, of loss, of endings. It is the color worn to funerals, the color that represents the great mystery of what lies beyond life. While our modern sensibilities may have repurposed it as a symbol of sophistication, our deep, collective subconscious has not forgotten its ancient and powerful association with sorrow. Now, imagine living, day in and day out, inside a symbol of mourning. You may not consciously think of it, of course. You see it as chic, modern, elegant. But the deep structures of your mind are constantly processing this signal. Your body and spirit are marinating in the frequency of loss. This is not about the intellectual choice you made. It is about the ancient, primal language of color that speaks directly to your soul. Living in this energy can place a subtle but heavy blanket over your spirit. It can lead to a state of quiet, unexplainable melancholy, a sense of hopelessness or resignation. It makes it harder for the natural joy of life to break through. It is like trying to feel celebratory while wearing the clothes of mourning. The outer garment creates an inner state. You might find your default emotional state shifting downwards. You may lose interest in activities that once brought you pleasure or feel a pervasive sense of pessimism about the future. You are, in a very real sense, conducting a perpetual funeral for the light and your spirit is the chief mourner. While acknowledging endings is a crucial part of wisdom, your primary living space must be a testament to life itself. It must be a celebration of what is, and a joyful anticipation of what is to come, not a constant, solemn reminder of all that has been lost. The seventh and final reason, it obscures the true self. Think of a room filled with brilliant white light. Every corner is illuminated. There is nothing hidden. It represents clarity, truth, and an open heart. Now, think of a room shrouded in deep blackness. Details are lost, forms become indistinct. The space is filled with mystery and secrets. This is because black conceals. It hides things. And when you surround yourself with it, one of the things it hides most effectively is you. We all have aspects of ourselves that we would rather not see. Our fears, our insecurities, our shadow self. An environment of darkness can feel comfortable for these aspects. It offers a place to hide, not just from the world, but from our own awareness. The color black creates a space that is not conducive to clear, honest self-reflection. It is difficult to look into a mirror in a dark room. Similarly, it is difficult to look into the mirror of your own soul in a home that absorbs all light. This can manifest as a feeling of being stuck or confused about your path in life. You might find yourself repeating old patterns, unable to see the root cause. You may feel a disconnect from your own intuition, your inner guidance, because the surrounding energy is one of obscurity, not clarity. It supports evasion, not confrontation. It allows you to feel sophisticated and protected on the surface, but this protection comes at the cost of genuine self-knowledge. You cannot heal what you cannot see. You cannot integrate what you refuse to acknowledge. And the darkness becomes a sanctuary for the very parts of you that are holding you back from your evolution. Your home must be a sanctuary of light that is brave enough to illuminate all parts of who you are. For it is only by seeing ourselves clearly in a space of loving awareness that we can truly begin to grow. So, the journey through the shadows has brought us into the light of understanding. This is not about creating a new rule or a new fear of a color. Fear has no place on the path of awareness. This is an invitation to feel, to observe, to become more deeply sensitive to how your environment is shaping your reality. You hold the power to become a conscious creator of your own sacred space. You can choose colors that heal, that uplift, that nourish your soul and align your home with the energy of abundance, creativity, and joy. This path of mindfulness is a continuous journey, a gentle unfolding of wisdom. If you feel called to continue this exploration, to learn more about living a life of deep intention and serene power, then make this moment a commitment to your own growth. Subscribe to this channel, and in doing so, you are not just clicking a button. You are telling yourself, I am worthy of a life filled with light. May your home be a true sanctuary, reflecting the magnificent light that you are.